In 2012, an audio interview at Eidos Montreal was conducted with Jean-François Dugas, Mary DeMarle, and Anton Teasdale regarding the ending of Deus Ex Human Revolution. It was previously hidden for years off SoundCloud, but has since resurfaced. I'm uploading it to YouTube for educational purposes.
Welcome to an EMP minisode. I'm your host, Kyle Stolick, Community Manager at Eidos Montreal. On this episode, Deus Ex Human Revolution game director Jean-François Dugas, lead narrative designer Mary DeMarle, and game designer Antoine Teasdale answer one of your questions. Great. Why don't we see Jensen one last time after the final decision is made? It frustrated me. I feel like we didn't have the chance to say goodbye properly to the character we spent time with for hours. Is it because you wanted to focus on the RPG side of the game? This isn't as much Jensen's decision as it is ours. Or you didn't have enough money to do 4 different cinematics? Thank you for the answer.
Actually, the vision for the endings, it was a deliberate decision not to show off what happens after you made your choice or whatnot. Because at that point, first, for us, the story was over. Like the story is done. We did everything we had to do, and we were more interested in involving the players into to ask them basically what they believe. Like they went through all the game, they experienced different parts of the main theme, and with the good and bad sides and stuff and everything. And we really wanted to make it more reflective than showing you like, oh, that happens or that happens. Ooh. Type of thing. I mean, we could have done that, gone that way. I mean, it's not that. It was more of a creative decision more than anything else. It's that we wanted to favor the reflective and more the philosophical aspect as much instead of going into depicting the world of the future. And I think, to me, like just depicting where the world is gone would have kind of undermined the kind of the question we asked throughout the game and everything. And I don't know.
I think
it just felt right.
Yeah, we also wanted to. What I thought was interesting with the decision we made on the endings is that science fiction as a genre is something that is actually about life now, but putting it into a futuristic context in order to make it's safe to explore those issues. And I think what we wanted to achieve with that is we spent the whole game exploring an issue in a futuristic fictional setting, and once you make that choice, we wanted to kind of show you that the choice is real today. And so that's why we chose to use real footage of real events in the world and say,
from
kind of
past,
to make that
present,
statement about how science fiction is about life. And the things we've looked at in this, although we pose them in fiction, are actually relevant to today.
Yeah, and the endings, like with the footage itself and the narration of Adam Jensen and everything, for us it was showing that in human history, humans tends to repeat the same cycles over and over again and everything. And it was more like showing, like, when you look at the history of humanity, do you really believe that humanity can achieve that kind of philosophy or not? Like, what are the potential benefits or the drawbacks, and nothing is black or white and that kind of stuff. But we wanted to show it in light of what we've been through our own existence. And that was basically it. And for me, when I discussed that with Mary, it was kind of, we debated that idea for a while. And what I told Mary is that I want to go with it because I know that it's more abstract. It might be more difficult to get. And I said some players will get it and will love it. Some players won't love it at all or not get it at all, you know. And for me, I said that's what I want. I don't want an endings that go like, type of thing. I rather you to hate it or love it as long as you're not indifferent. So it triggers something in you whether it's good or bad. But
Any kind of reaction or
any kind of
passion, yeah.
reaction. I wanted to go with something that is more assumed than just going with the kind of vanilla endings that you see in serial games or whatnot. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just not what I wanted.
Were you at all inspired or influenced by Metal Gear's endings?
To a certain extent, yes, but also by our cinematic director back in the day said we should look into the endings of Battlestar Galactica, the new series and everything. And I loved it. I loved it. It was awesome. But it's not everybody that agrees with that, right? But me, I was like, because I heard, it was so disappointing. No, I thought it was totally brilliant. But, I mean, it's a question of perspective. But at least when you have something that it's fully assumed, you get reactions and you get people vouching for it or against it. Or to me, I think that the worst thing in the world is indifference. So I try to stay away from that.
Good answer. Big thanks to the dev team for participating in the podcast. And thank you to submitting all your questions. We're really sorry we can't get to all of them, but we're going to do our best. As always, you can find us all over the web. Our website is community.idosmontreal.com. We're on Twitter at twitter.com/idosmontreal. Our Facebook site is facebook.com/DSX. And you can find us on Tumblr at idosmontreal.tumblr.com. I'm Kyle Stolick, the community manager at Eidos Montreal, and this has been an EMP minisode.
Fuck you. I'm joking, my dear Kyle.